February 11, 2007. We hear from head coach Marissa Mosley. It is a brand new season. It is 0-0. Not thinking about that kind of history, even though they played just on Sunday to close out the regular season.
All streaks usually come to an end at some point. Wisconsin hoping it's tonight.
Iowa, the hottest team coming into this tournament, winners of 8 of their last 10. The lefty Leisinger lets it fly from 3.
This is a Wisconsin team, Sloan, that I have seen be dangerous from behind the arc. They are a streaky shooting team, but their chances of being in games and winning games certainly goes up when they are dialing it up from deep at a high rate.
Hitting 33% as a team overall. Here's Sydney Falter, who's been magnificent of late. Attack the rim for 2.
Yeah, we spoke about Lucy Olson just a few minutes ago. Sydney Falter, really the other end of that duo that has just been scoring efficiently, hitting their threes. These two have really carried this 8 out of 10 win streak coming into Indianapolis.
Wisconsin looking for that high-low. That was something Coach Jensen wanted to really try and thwart this time around. Williams one-on-one against Stolke. Can't quite get the touch, and saved by Stolke. Just barely. Olsen one-on-one against Leisinger, going behind the back. Has been on a torrid stretch. Feuerbach taking McCray off the dribble and finishing underneath.
And a lot of the attention from the defense is going to go to Lucy Olson, to Sydney Falter, and Kylie Feuerbach taking advantage of that to find an opening.
Kylie Feuerbach, a solid defensive player with the block thrown up ahead to Olsen. She controls it and is looking for some help. Iowa's going to reset. Deep post up for Stolke, working around Williams. She is stuffed.
Sarah Williams just took it out of her hands. We talked about just how good she is shot blocking and on the defensive end.
This is a fun matchup to watch. Williams and Stolke, 2 great athletes, fantastic players. And Williams gets the friendly bounce, something about her this season, scoring more from the mid-range.
She's off to an aggressive start, a confident start on both ends of the floor, and that is a great sign for Wisconsin.
Stolke looking for the lob inside. Williams is going to be whistled for the foul. That will be her first here early in the first quarter. Marissa Mosley, the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers, close with this Iowa team. And Iowa City, all the senior day emotions, felt like it was right there. Coming in with confidence because of that result. On the other side, Jan Jensen, 3rd coach in program history to win 20 games in her first season. Recovered from a 5-game losing streak as Natalie Leisinger getting wrapped up here. It's already a physical battle.
Yeah, and Coach Marissa Mosley being extra cautious with Sarah Williams, taking her out after picking up that first foul. Foul trouble was something both Williams and Carter McCray battled in the meeting just a couple days ago.
And this is a small lineup with McCray at 6'1", playing the 5 position against Stolke. She picks up the steal. Ronnie Porter, former walk-on, 5'4", ultra confident. One of the best passers in the Big Ten. It lands in the hands of McCray fearlessly against Stolke. Look at that fadeaway jump.
Carter McCray has really picked up her play the last couple of games. She transferred in from the Horizon League, and she's really started to adjust well to this level of play and the size and speed of the game in the Big Ten.
Her scoring and rebounding down slightly, but still very efficient from what she set. That's a standard for freshman season at Northern Kentucky. Here's Olsen, the patented mid-range step back is good.
Yeah, they sent a second defender at her off of that screen, but just a little bit of a hesitation, and McCray dropped back, and Olsen pulled up.
Myers back door, well set, well executed by the Badger offense.
Great pace to this game so far. Not many whistles, both teams scoring. Add another one. There's Olsen.
Tough take, Lucy Olsen. And our teams are a combined 8 of 11 to start this game.
We love a hot offensive start, especially at tournament time. We've seen both teams that have advanced have been extremely hot from three earlier today, Washington and then Nebraska.
Under 10 to shoot for Porter. Forced inside, having Douglas with the turnover, and Olsen will now sprint up the floor. Stokey asking for it in the post. Quick foul on Sarah Williams, has her on the bench with a short lineup here. McKay, let it and fly as lethal as they come from deep in the Big Ten.
Yeah, she is really the one player you have to know where she is at all times. And obviously Olsen, a falter, shooting very well from three, but that's literally all that Taylor McCabe does is shoot threes. You can't lose her on the perimeter.
Meyer setting herself grazing for her there, but she is also a huge threat from beyond the arc. Feuerbach using it between her feet. And Olsen getting back into it. Falter picking up her dribble, 9 to shoot. A little chaotic here as she steamrolls to the rim to save the possession.
Falter just sticking with the play there. Didn't have an initial look off of that screen and roll, but keeps the dribble alive and a strong take right down the middle of the lane.
Porter loses it. Stokey battling for it. Porter ripping it away, and it's going to be a foul. 13 to 9 is the Iowa lead past the midway point of this first quarter. A falter, a strong play to the rim, igniting Iowa 7-0 run.
Where Iowa leads 13 to 9. Well, Iowa head coach Jan Jensen told us earlier today she's proud of her team for staying so consistent even when faced with adversity early in the season. Lucy Olsen told me losing was not fun, especially when so many players on this team know what it feels like to win. She attributed that turnaround in part due to the play and leadership of Sydney Falter, who she said is positive but competitive, and who Jan Jensen called the heart and soul of this team. Sloan.
Thanks, Caroline. She said they stayed consistent. They never balked. But it's exactly right about Sydney Falter. I remember Kate Martin saying last year, we are not the team that we are without Sydney Falter, her effort, and do anything that's asked of her mentality.
Yeah, and I mean, we think of Iowa as this number 11 seed. That's because before they would rip off 8 of 10 to end the season. They had lost 5 Big Ten games in a row. And obviously with the success that Iowa has had in the last couple of years, I'm sure they get a lot of heat from fans and social media, and they just stuck together and are fully, not only righted the ship is sailing smoothly, baby.
Even though all those losses by single digits, including overtime to 2 opponents, Nebraska and Ohio State. Under 5 to shoot a falter, getting herself open and beating a 3.
I mean, it really is remarkable to think about the efficiency from 3 from both Olsen and Afalter. Sydney Afalter in Big Ten games, shooting 50% from deep.
Sarah Williams back out onto the floor, picked up a quick early foul, was limited to 2 minutes so far. And she can't rein in that pass. A turnover by the Badgers, number 3.
There are hot starts, and then there are scorching starts, and that is how Iowa has opened this game. They are 7 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3. Sydney Afalter with 7 points of her own and a perfect 3 of 3 from the floor. She's gonna get a deserved break with a big smile on her face.
All 6 of her double-doubles have come in the last 12 games. Absolute dominance by someone who's so aggressive, strong, and willing to do anything. Picking it off in the backfield is Lucy Olsen.
I know she's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. It looked like them in the Super Bowl.
Here from 3, and the Hawkeyes on an 13-0 run to take a 10-point lead.
A large number of Hawkeyes fans have shown out, and Lucy Olsen just soaring into the picture to snatch that ball with 2 hands. And back to PEACOCK, who has had a hot start to this game as well, and Iowa's hot streak continues now. 8 of 10 from the floor and 3 of 3 from deep for this Hawkeyes team.
19-10 is the Hawkeyes lead right now. That was something that fueled their 6-game win streak, which followed that 5-game losing streak. Fast starts, we're seeing that here so far. Although Wisconsin trying to keep pace, they're shooting 50% from the field, but Iowa is 8 of 10 as a team.
Yeah, the defense has to pick up quickly, the attention to detail, and taking care of the ball at this end of the floor for Wisconsin, so that you don't have a series of possessions where Iowa's able to go defense to offense like we saw there.
Olsen gets her hands on it again, an underrated defensive player with her length and effort. And there's a foul away from the ball. Is that on O'Grady? It is. That is her first.
Sarah Williams working for position there. Yeah, O'Grady just displacing her a little bit. Didn't love the call, but certainly looked like she moved Williams with the leg.
From the high post, Williams without thinking down to McCray. She can't convert, but Wisconsin loves that way their offense operates. Williams in the passing lane. And Leah Guyton pokes it away. It is still Wisconsin basketball. And Porter gonna slow things down here. Wisconsin has turned it over 4 times the last 4 minutes. Same stretch they haven't scored. Tight defense by Guyton. 7 to shoot long, 2 by Porter. One go. Sprinting the floor.
I mean, this is just a textbook fast break here. Sydney Afalter running straight to the rim. And Lucy Olsen, a player, always has the eyes up. Afalter slides right in the middle of 3 red jerseys. Perfectly placed pass from Lucy Olsen. And the foul as well for Sydney Afalter, who is up to a quick 9 points in this first quarter. and has yet to miss a shot.
Started off the season slow. She had a procedure on her knee right about when that fall camp was starting, and it took her weeks to really find this Sydney Falter, who we knew was coming, that started in the Big Ten tournament last season. Remember, she was named to the Big Ten All-Tournament team for the Hawkeyes championship run, their 3rd in a row. Natalie Leisinger back into the game. It remains a 15-0 run. 4.5 minutes and counting. McRae working from the high post, gets her way into the paint. Williams has that blocked by Guyton of all plays. In transition, McCabe keeps it in. An electric presence, gets it inside to Stolke with a deep post up and finish.
Iowa's just moving the ball exceptionally well right now. They were able to get that deep post up because they switch sides of the floor with the ball, and she's able to get the seal.
Stolke is so good at fronting. They're preventing any passes inside to Sarah Williams. That rebound snatched by a Falter. Trying to put her head down, stolen away by the crafty Porter. In rhythm is Leisinger. Both players battling for that loose ball, Williams and Stolke, and it's going to be Iowa basketball.
And I think they're going to call a foul on Sarah Williams, which will be her 2nd. Let's see if they confirm it. Oh,
no,
wow,
it's a foul on Stolke.
Actually called the foul on Iowa? Wow.
On Stolke.
I think that's just a no call. Like, I don't see a foul on either player there. They're just hustling for the ball, like just incidental contact. That's just be a play on, in my opinion.
Leisinger giving a look inside. Stolke, magnificent defense in the post, takes a lot of work and forces a turnover. Seconds differentiating shot and game clock. 25 to play. Tegan Mulaney, the post move, didn't quite have the angle. Battle for the loose ball. There'll be a jump ball and staying right here. 17.6 seconds on the clock.
Jan Jensen reinserting Lucy Olsen to try to draw up this final look for her, a player who can create a shot for herself or a teammate as well as anybody in the conference.
Her last 10 games, 22 points per game. Getting the ball back here and looking to go to work. Glancing up at the clock. Olsen, one-on-one against Williams, gets through off the glass. To close the first quarter, a 19-0 run by the Iowa Hawkeyes, a statement to begin here.
In the history of conference tournaments, and I don't think there is any argument after watching that offensive explosion in the opening 10 minutes. Let's see if Wisconsin can settle in. It certainly starts on the defensive end and maybe trying to draw up a couple easy looks to just take a deep breath and feel a little bit more relaxed in this game.
Williams looking for the post up against O'Grady. Has it at the high post, almost stolen away, almost thrown away. 3 seconds, a long three from Porter. She gets it to fall.
And that's exactly what Wisconsin needed right out of the break. And they get the stop and rebounds here, little by little for Wisconsin.
Iowa ended the first on a 21-2 run as Olsen gets in the passing lane.
Ronnie Porter, the point guard for this Wisconsin team, known for distributing, but has also been scoring at a higher rate for the Badgers as of late, and that was a nice spot-up triple to just let the shoulders relax a little bit for Wisconsin.
The pick and pop to perfection for Sarah Williams. Falter thought about that three as the trailer. She's 4 for 4 today. O'Grady can't handle the pets. Feuerbach driving her way to the rim, and she's had a great start too.
Yeah, Feuerbach has really been looking for her opportunities, has been patient with the offense, and a couple times just put her head down and gotten to the rack.
Iowa shooting 71% as a team. Porter looking inside the paint under 10 to shoot. Trying to set up Williams, being guarded by O'Grady. Quick turnaround is good.
Couple of quick answers for Sarah Williams, showing that range, the 15-foot range first at the free throw line. Now in that short corner area, just a simple turn and face.
6 points for Sarah Williams. The lob goes awry for the Hawkeyes, and jump ball. We'll keep it right here.
We said it earlier, I think Sarah Williams, one of the most underrated post players in the country, has really worked on expanding that range. And you see her ability to come a few feet off the block and simply turn face and shoot over the top.
Last season, 56% of her attempts were at the rim. This season, that's hovered around 40% as she's taken that out, especially to the mid-range. Miscommunication there by the Hawkeyes. And the Badgers will look to take advantage. Carter McCray back into the game. Porter, another great look at a three. Rebound taken by McKinney.
Certainly it's been a good response from Wisconsin. Much better offense, some more life on this end of the floor. 7-2 start to the quarter.
Falter, strong along the baseline. O'Grady from the free throw line is good.
Good movement without the ball from O'Grady as a Falter drove. O'Grady just rises up to that elbow, and she too can hit from there.
Went from a starting role the first half of the season to coming off the bench. She's still shooting over 65% from the field. What a luxury to bring in as a reserve. There's McCray trying to outmuscle her. Olsen on the fast break. Three's another.
That is impressive. I don't think the ball hit the floor. It was an outlet pass to Feuerbach. She looked ahead and saw Olsen, threw it right up to her, and such a quick release for Lucy Olsen.
32-16, the Hawkeyes on top. And they've evened up this second quarter already. 5 seconds to shoot for Porter, being hounded. It's stolen by Feuerbach, and then a foul. Lucy Olsen up to 9 points for the Hawkeyes.
And look at this beautiful sequence that confirmed that the ball did not hit the floor. It was the high outlet pass to Feuerbach, straight up the sideline. Lucy Olsen steps right into it. And we've talked about just how much better she has been shooting the three ball. Last 6 games coming into this one, 50% from deep.
Nearly half of her threes this season, 19 of 44, have come the last 6 games. Incredible stuff. Wilson will miss that time in the paint. Porter with speed the other way. Myers letting it fly. She's somewhat nearing 350 career threes, but has not quite had it going today. Now 0 for 3 from long range. And that's an 0 for 2.
Yeah, that's a good look. That's a person you want to set up for a three, but you can just tell that Wisconsin a little sped up right now, just the way the game is going. Still trying to settle in a little bit.
Hawkeyes also dominating the glass 13-5, preventing second chance opportunities. A Falter, the offensive rebound, big reason why. Falter will swing, Stolke dropping the dime inside. McCabe is stripped. The Badgers still bringing the energy, trying to climb out of what was once a 16-point hole, I should say, as large as a 16-point hole. On the clock, Myers a close closeout. Sarah Williams finds some space and gets a high percentage lead.
And that's just high-level stuff from Sarah Williams, who started as a screener in that possession, stayed patient.
Olsen, full head of steam into the rim.
That's why she's such a dangerous matchup, because she's always had the ability to create off the dribble, to pull up, to take it to the rack. And now that she's shooting so well from three, you really have to play her up tight on the perimeter, and she's able to rip by you when she wants.
She can be a slasher at any time. Leisinger, defender on her back, goes right back at it. A foul is called. 34-18 is the lead for the Hawkeyes, still in command.
Lucy Olsen having a tremendous season, first year at Iowa, and she is up to double figures, 11 points.
Television work while she's here. Not all fun for her. She's checking out the Hawkeyes, though.
That is impressive. I look forward to hearing her insights, and I've seen Coach Bluter at a lot of the Hawkeyes games, and I've also always wondered, is she more stressed out watching, knowing that she has no control over anything, or was she more stressed on the bench as a coach?
That three by Leisinger, trying to get Wisconsin out of this major deficit. As Aaliyah letting it fly and knocking down another three.
And this has been the issue for Wisconsin. They've been much better offensively in the second quarter, but they've just had no answers for Iowa on the other end of the floor.
Iowa 5 of 8 from long range. They're still shooting 67% as a team. The lob into Sarah Williams. A falter came in to disturb it, but she's whistled for the foul. Well, that'll be the first on a falter for today. Has 9 points, perfect 4 for 4 shooting and 6 rebounds.
And Wisconsin certainly wants to keep getting the ball in to their star in Sarah Williams. Playing through her, she's going to attract so much attention as she did there. 2 defenders coming at her, and she's been good when she's gotten her opportunities. Already 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. They have to continue playing through the all Big Ten first teamer.
Caroline Pineda was able to listen into that last Wisconsin timeout.
Staying very positive. Her message there was make sure everything is contested. If they make contested threes, fine, but no open threes and no easy layups.
It's a great point because Iowa is having their way on the offensive end.
Yeah, you can't be relaxed whatsoever with the way Iowa has been playing as of late. You have to know who the shooters are, find them in transition, and you have to be ready to react and rotate quickly on defense to their half-court ball movement.
O'Grady finds the seam, but Williams able to say no on that attempt. Looked like she got a piece. 6 seconds on the clock.
Sarah Williams, one of the leading shot blockers in the Big Ten.
Only behind Lauren Betts. 3 seconds left for Aaliyah Guyton, being guarded by Williams. That'll be a shot clock violation, not the position you want to be against the back-to-back all-defensive team selection, chasing you down, shot clock winding down.
You mentioned Lauren Betts. I know it's been a full season of Big Ten regular season play, but I still feel like it's going to be jarring to see USC and UCLA playing on this floor in just a couple of days.
We saw Washington today, the newcomers to the Big Ten, moving on. A magnificent debut here in Indianapolis. O'Grady thought she was open, but Sarah Williams had other plans. Thrilifying news. The blockbuster Oscar-winning movie Wicked is streaming March 21st only on Peacock. Count down to that date.
who's the Elphaba and who's the Glinda on our broadcast team?
I have an opinion.
Yeah, let's hear it, because I don't really know which way to go.
I think I'm the Elphaba and you're the Glinda.
Okay.
Would you disagree? We
No,
have both
I
a
like
little
it.
Elphaba. There's a Lee and Guyton. More important things at play here. Knocking down another for the Iowa Hawkeyes. They're 6 of 9 from beyond the arc.
Little wicked magic right there for the Hawkeyes, who can't seem to miss when it comes from behind the arc.
Williams, a deep post up, trying to maneuver around O'Grady, and O'Grady whistled for the foul, her second.
Sarah
the first
Williams,
Hawkeye to 2.
Yeah, Sarah Williams is going to make the game physical inside. I mean, she does not shy away from contact. She's going to take it right to you. And we look back at this 3 from the freshman, Aaliyah Guyton. That's now 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 different Hawkeyes who have hit a 3. And the way they're shooting, I don't know if you want to go under a screen on any Hawkeye right now. I don't really care what the scouting report says. I would prioritize defending the 3 first and foremost.
Williams misses the second. Around by Stremlo, approaching 2 minutes remaining before halftime. Can Wisconsin make a charge here? Inside to O'Grady, has the angle. Sarah Williams whips that off the rim. Leisinger in trouble. The Hawkeyes half-court defense also very stout today. Wisconsin shooting under 40% to taking them deep in the shot clock time and time again. Douglas gets into the lane, almost throws it out of bounds. 3 seconds to shoot. Leisinger on the run. O'Grady fighting for the loose ball, and it's Iowa possession.
Yeah, no pun intended. Iowa has been hawking the ball. The perimeter defense really strong right now, containing ball handlers, denying passes in on the wing. Leisinger trying to get something to go, and again, really physical inside. Post players tangled up, nothing was called there, but they have been going at it on the interior. It's going to be a physical game anytime Sarah Williams is on the floor.
Diamond Williams, really physical in their battle in the paint. Or rather, hiding. 1 minute on the clock. Hiding, the freshman still calling for it. Olsen dialing up another 3, and it goes through!
I've seen her now a couple times in recent weeks. As that shot clock is dwindling down, Lucy Olsen has hit some big-time shots.
Olsen continuing her red-hot stretch. Williams, no good. And Olsen going to slow things down here. 5-second difference shot and game clock. Olsen up to 14 points, 6 of 8 from the floor. When she's also as efficient as she is in the first half, it's even more dangerous. Stremlo fouled by Leisinger.
And Lucy Olsen, she gives it up, she gets it back. Like I said, at this point, you really can't give her any space. You have to be attached to her.
Olsen glancing up at the clock, being guarded by Williams, inside to Hayden. She is also fouled with 2.1 seconds remaining, and that is also going on Leisinger, and that'll be her second.
And in total, these aren't bad fouls for Wisconsin, because it's almost like at the end of the game, just taking some fouls here. They're not in the bonus. If you get into foul trouble, then it becomes an issue. But
a lob into Hayden, gets it off in time. It's left short, and Iowa continues to keep the foot on the gas. 43 to 23, their lead at the half.
Yeah, we talked about just how well this Hawk
on the other end of the court. Too many open threes for Iowa. Said we just have to get defensive stops.
Yeah, it certainly starts with the defensive stops. Thank you, Caroline. But also on this end, they need to get players other than Sarah Williams involved. That is one to highlight. Carter McCray was sitting on just 2 points up until that basket. Coach Mosley loves to work the high-low between Williams and McCray.
Iowa started this game 11 of 15 from the field, shooting 58%. Olsen misses at close range. And it will be Badger basketball. But it was interesting to hear Coach Mosley focusing on the offensive end. This is a Wisconsin team that allows the highest opponent field goal percentage, most points in the paint, and that trending in that same direction with this Hawkeye team.
Yeah, the attention to defending the three-point line just wasn't there. Once a team makes a couple, you really have to shore things up on the perimeter, and that didn't happen in the opening 20 minutes. We'll see if it happens here.
Iowa 7 of 9 from beyond the arc. They also have Hannah Stolke bullying her way inside.
We talked about the point production from a Falter and Olsen. It was a quieter first half for Hannah Stolke, but don't forget they have that inside post presence as well to combat the three-point shooting.
Both Stolke and O'Grady played about even minutes in that first half. Myers founded near the three-point line inside to Sarah Williams, wrapping it around, can't get the finish. Olsen, not only one of the great scorers in the Big Ten, also orchestrating this offense. One of the reasons why it took her time to find her footing with this team and become the Olsen we've become used to. Deja vu all over again. This time it's against Sarah Williams for Hannah Stolke.
I was going to say, I thought Lucy Olsen passed up an open three. They went under the screen, but she stays patient, more of a creator there, and they eventually work it around to Hannah Stolke for back-to-back buckets.
Porter gets a friendly couple of bounces. That's her second three. Lucy Olsen into the paint. McCabe, no good from three. Had been 0 for 5 against Wisconsin. Now 1 for 3 from long range.
So after just a 2-point first half, Hannah Stolke has come out aggressive, taking it right to Sarah Williams, one of the best defenders in the conference, on back-to-back possessions. And Stolke quickly up to 6 points.
Oh, Lucy Olsen, the step back. She's not messing around in the Big Ten tournament. Bringing the defense on ball as well. We talked about Alexis Barkowski of Nebraska, a woman on a mission. Same thing for Lucy Olsen, Sydney Falter. Coach Jensen said about the same. 5 to shoot now for the Badgers. Porter now in trouble, will have to loft. That may not have hit either. Olsen, a cutting, Stolke to the rim, and firing again is this Hawkeye offense.
Iowa continues to fire on all cylinders, and Lucy Olsen is having a night. She is already up to 16 points, smooth step back.
Submit your photos so we can turn you into a Big Ten race car driver. Let's go ahead and take a look at the big screen. Oh yeah, that one's looking good right there. Let's see what she looks like. Oh yeah, you guys have some fun with these. We appreciate you turning your photos tonight. Again, the racing capital of the world. It's only right we turned you into a race car driver here with the Big Ten. Oh yeah, look cute up there, nice.
Neighborhood Watch presented by State Farm. Washington moving on, and its Big Ten tournament debut. Nebraska taking care of Rutgers. Those two teams combined for 23 threes in their respective wins. And the final slot up for grabs in tomorrow's second round will take on number 6 Michigan State in this 11-14 seed matchup. Well, Hannah Stuelke today has really turned it on in the second half, was not really finding those opportunities. It has been a clear directive to get the ball in her hands.
Yeah, and Iowa's getting tremendous balance right now with the three-point shooting. They've made 7, and now they've gone into Hannah Stuelke for a couple of post-ups, and that last bucket she had was a gorgeous fast break, just sprinting the floor for 2.
51-28 is Iowa's lead. They led 25-9 after the first quarter, ended on a 21-2 run. Here's Williams showing off her athleticism and finishing ability in the paint.
I mean, tremendous finish. On the catch, she was surrounded by 3 Hawkeyes and able to put the ball on the floor and find a bucket.
Stuelke able to keep that pass in play. Olsen had a hand in her face. That touched nothing.
And still, I don't think this is their intention, but Wisconsin continuing to go under screens when the Hawkeyes are shooting the way they do. A really nice read and flare from Olsen for her 3rd triple of the game.
Could we be seeing our 3rd team today, our 3rd winning team, reach double-digit threes? Iowa's at 8.
I mean, if there was any doubt, it is now confirmed that Gainbridge Fieldhouse is a shooter's gym. The rims are friendly, the nets are nice and crisp. If you're a 3-point shooter, you should be happy to step foot on this floor. The sight lines must be good.
If it ends up being the Hawkeyes against Michigan State tomorrow, we might be seeing both teams double-digit threes. That shot going awry for the Hawkeyes. Almost the midway point of this 3rd quarter already here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Here's Hallie Douglas, cleaned up by Sarah Williams on the offensive glass.
I mean, I can't say enough about just how impressive Williams continues to be. What a save from Stuelke.
How did she keep that ball in play? Can't wrap my head around it. Oh, Guyton was looking to lob it in. She was working hard.
Teammate creeps up on you sometimes.
A turnover for the Hawkeyes.
A rare miscue for Jan Jensen's group.
And I was just going to say,
she's not too upset.
She wants to make sure things still stay crisp, though. But all smiles for Stuelke heading back to the bench.
Yeah, really nice burst from her to start that 3rd quarter.
Up to 8 points, 4 of 5 shooting. Williams goes from high post to low post to spin move. O'Grady with the denial. That's who you bring it off the bench for an all Big Ten player. And the 3, no good that time. Kept in play by Feuerbach. Stremlow off the fade, off glass. She says, whoops, but it goes.
I think it was Tegan Mullaney, another freshman, but that was another flare screen. Just, hey, a bank is a bank. As we said, pretty much everything's going in for Iowa tonight.
Stremlow will travel. 57-32, Iowa keeping its foot on the gas here in the 3rd.
Hey, when it rains, it pours. Sometimes you take a banked in 3. Tegan Mullaney, the 9th Iowa triple of the evening. Whoops.
Here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, that's the midway point of this 3rd quarter, and still all Iowa shooting 59% from the field, 9 threes already, and look what we have so far. Teams have combined for 38 made threes.
The shooter's gym, I'm telling you. Iowa, 9 of 14. On the season, they make about 7 per game. That has ticked up over the last couple of weeks. In the last 10 games, shooting 40% from deep, but this evening it is 64% right now.
7 seconds to shoot for the Badgers. They go to Douglas deep in the corner. McCray has 1 second left, just gets it off in time and nets it through.
We've seen Wisconsin have some offensive answers, but they've yet to do anything consistently on this end of the floor.
Mulaney looking for another 3. And kept alive by Strumlow. She's fouled.
Carter McCray has had a really nice season for Wisconsin at the 4 spot, saving that ball, keeping it alive. And she is up to 6 points.
Feuerbach looking for the deep post up. There's no stopping O'Grady that close to the rim.
Yeah, really nice drop on the baseline out of bounds to send it right to the top of the key and allowing Grady for that deep seal.
Knocked away. McCray steps out of bounds. .311 remaining in the third. Iowa led by Lucy Olsen's 19 points. This team is shot out of a cannon. They've done it time and time again in their wins this season, putting teams on their heels from the very get-go. Mulaney rifling a pass inside. Sarah Williams with an emphatic block.
I think that's at least the 5th block for Sarah Williams in this game, who despite what the scoreboard reads, has just displayed the talent that she brings across multiple facets of the game: scoring, rebounding, blocking.
That is
Yeah.
5 blocks for Sarah Williams. One of the leaders in the Big Ten as Mulaney dances across the baseline with the reverse.
And you see Jan Jensen sticking with some extended minutes for some reserves with this lead. When you keep in mind, if you want to advance in this tournament, you're going to play back-to-back-to-back as far as it can take you. So certainly trying to get her starters some minutes on the bench with this sizable lead.
Feuerbach deep in the corner, not that time. Iowa is trying to win an unprecedented 4th straight Big Ten tournament. They've been in 5 of the last 7 championship games, so Grady gets a piece of that. And they are trying to make Big Ten history. Playing today, though, would require 5 wins in 5 days.
Who was it? Was it that miraculous cardiac Kemba Walker? Did they do that 5 and 5, or was
That might have been it.
the old Big East days at the Garden? Iowa trying to do their own version.
Hey, only 4 double-digit seeds have won even multiple games in a Big Ten tournament, but this feels like the year that could very much change as Hallie Douglas gets herself in the to the rim for a layup. Allie Bisbal checking in for the first time today for the Badgers. Stolen away by Leisinger. The trailer, Leisinger, too strong that time, taken by Mulaney. Callie Levine new into the game as well for the Hawkeyes, really getting everybody into the game. There's only played 7 contests so far this year, and the bench loving that one for Iowa.
Yeah, that was a freshman, Hayden, just so quick on the move. Right when it touched her hand, she was in motion to the rim.
Guyton, another freshman with the assist. In fact, it is all 5 freshmen on the floor for the Hawkeyes. Guyton has been electric in stretches. Stremlow always all-out effort. She hands it off to Mulaney. Not that time. Almost a collision there in the corner in this final minute of the third quarter. Iowa leading 63-36. The three is good. Bisbal getting it to go down.
Yeah, Bisbal gives them a different look off the bench. The freshman at about 6'4" has that ability to stretch things out.
Shot clock is off for Guyton. Stepping as the floor general for Lucy Olsen on the bench with the rest of the starting group. Guyton going inside to Hayden. She is fouled. Not much that could be done there, being guarded by Porter. And that's going to go on Porter, her second. 2.6 seconds left, final shot opportunity. Levine will take it inside. Hayden with the lay-in to close the third quarter. Hawkeyes right here.
A dynamic duo, and I think there are probably 14 coaches in this tournament very happy to see Caitlin Clark in street clothes on courtside seats and not in that 22 jersey.
Tess Myers lets it fly from long range. Start of the fourth quarter here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The winner of this game takes the final slot to move on to the second round. Levine no good. Ball up for grabs. Hayden decided she wanted it more, and then taken by Williams. Myers is going to pull up, the mid-range doesn't go, and ripped down by Hayden, who ran the full length of the floor from the ground.
Great motor and just skied up for that board.
Coach Jensen says she just has this pep in her step, this bounce in her step that is really hard to replicate. It's the number 7 seed Michigan State awaiting the winner of this game as Porter will misfire from the mid-range, and another aggressive rebound by Hayden. Mulaney dropping it off to Stremlow. And this all-freshman lineup keeping things going here for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, Coach Jensen, her staff has to love what they're seeing. I mean, not only are they playing hard, but they really are executing on both ends.
7 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Stremlow no good from 3. In fact, the freshman minutes have actually gone down in recent games. But according to Coach Jensen, that was actually a good thing. She, earlier on this season, said, we've got to develop some upperclassmen leadership. That's what we're missing. She said, we're playing games tight, and unfortunately, it's our veterans putting us in a hole sometimes with their decisions. So she was inserting the freshmen, putting pressure on those players. Now she's seeing those performances from those more veteran players. Williams maneuvering around Hayden, will kick it out. Leisinger, no good from 3. Look at that box out by Stremlow. Intercepted by Leisinger. Williams in rhythm.
Sarah Williams really has shown the whole body of work. I mean, she looks like a future pro out there. She's only a junior. She has another year of college, but just the steps that she has taken to improve every single season, and with her athleticism and speed, is a legitimate talent in the post.
Guyton throws it awry there, looking for Hayden on the roll. Bisbal thought about a long 3, puts it on the deck, she's fouled, and will be shooting 2. 65-44 is Iowa's lead. 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Iowa still in command here late. toward the top of the standings and looking to finish strong. They're playing the Minnesota Golden Gophers tonight.
And that I know you're the mascot expert. I want to say his or her name is Bucky.
It is Bucky.
Okay, that was an impressive headstand there. The mascots are really showing out on this first round.
Now we've been able to see Goldie, Little Red, Bucky now, all top-notch mascots. So we're tearing them.
Yeah, Little Red was a fan favorite. I saw him in the wings of the arena, and the Washington pep band and cheerleaders were just giving him a resounding applause.
Appropriately. Olsen thought about getting downhill. Has Porter on her now, gonna try and post her up at 5'4". The turnaround. Off back iron. Jada Jimfy new into the game. Everybody by AJ Ediger has checked in.
Yeah, Jan Jensen putting a couple of the starters back in. Olsen and Stokey.
McCabe
Did maybe try to keep them in a little bit of a rhythm here. They sat most of that third quarter, or early into the fourth.
Stokey is fouled on that cut to the rim.
Screen and roll action here. Isball trying to slide over to Stokey just a little bit too late. Gets whistled for the foul.
Olsen finds herself free underneath, but an offensive foul on the Hawkeyes. Iowa in this one, as soon as the first quarter, led 25-9. And they continue to keep their foot on the gas. Wisconsin not able to keep pace with their three-point shooting. And overall efficiency, the Hawkeyes at 53% as a team. Deep post up for Sarah Williams, and the three-point play opportunity coming up.
Sarah Williams constantly working for position, regardless of who is defending her. Good ball movement from Wisconsin to get a good entry angle into her. And she gets the N1. She's up to 18 points prior to the free throw.
Olsen delivers a pass to McCabe and gets the assist. 10 threes for the Iowa Hawkeyes. 3 teams today reaching double-figure threes.
Yeah, no let up for these Hawkeye shooters. Taylor McCabe had been on the bench for significant time, but still warm, still loose on that first attempt off the bench.
She's got 2 today. I still just can't get over it. Washington hit 10, Nebraska hit 13, and Iowa now at 10.
I think before we pack it up for the night, we've got to go out there and play some around the world or something, because I'm hoping my three-pointers are as good as these teams have been showing. Taylor McCabe, 2 triples on the night. You mentioned 10 for the Hawkeyes. Yeah, we got to test him out for ourselves.
I'm with you. These seem like pretty nice rims, and these teams are taking advantage of that.
We've only been here for about 12 hours. We may as well stick around and get some shots up.
I think that's a great way to cap off a triple header. You might beat me in a horse/pig situation, though.
I don't know. You've got the game, Sloan Martin. I feel like you'd have really good strategy.
No long-range ability, though, as Kylie Furbaugh streaks across the court for an easy layup. Just put your toes behind the three-point line. You got me beat.
That line is a lot deeper than when you and I were playing. Every time I take shots, it's a reminder. You really got to get the legs into it.
Williams, face-up jump shot is good.
Just, I feel like we're a broken record, but she has just shown so much on this stage. Now up to 20 points on 9 of 16 shooting for Williams.
Lucy Olsen behind the back is fouled. See there, Williams up to 20 points as we look at the Iowa Hawkeyes. 20-9 overall. We talked about their only loss this season I should say, they've only had one loss this season by double digits. They beat USC, road wins, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska. They were within 2 against UCLA. Took Ohio State to overtime, trailing in the 4th quarter. This is a team you need to watch out for, not just here, but in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty incredible to think that they are the 11th seed here in the Big Ten, yet projected to be a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament. That just shows how good this conference has been, how deep it has been this season.
Potentially 13 teams in the conversation to make the NCAA tournament. Just a jaw-dropping, unprecedented number. Wisconsin hoping it can also earn a postseason bid as McCabe lighting it up in the 4th, up to 3 threes.
I'm telling you, that's all she does. Coming into this game, she's taken 150 shots on the season. 140 of them have been threes.
Oh, how about for her career? All but 6 of her field goals have been from long range.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Taylor McCabe, 9 points. Of course, all coming from behind the arc. Now 3 of 5 from deep. Nice find from Feuerbach, getting 2 feet in the paint. That's her money spot. She's hit 2 in a row from that corner.
What's interesting about McCabe, too, she can really strike at any time. I'm thinking about against Nebraska during their win streak. She was 0 for 1 in the first half, but finished 5 of 8 overall, where she just has this patience. She's a future engineer. She's a STEM student at the University of Iowa, and just seems to have this kind of exacting and analytical mind with her three-point shooting.
And what comes to mind to me is that USC upset. Iowa jumped out to a huge lead in that game, and McCabe had a couple of big triples in that first quarter.
That's a great point. It was 18-1 in the first quarter. Iowa keeping up the pressure to start these games. How many times do we hear coaches say we need to start strong? But that's an elusive thing, but somehow they've been able to capture that in their wins. Ball going the other way. Iowa leading 75-52. Suits is back in LA. Welcome to the West Coast. Suits LA, Sunday 9/8 Central on NBC and Peacock. You can also catch the Traders as well. An intense competition series.
So much great content on Peacock.
Really, for any kind of mood that you're in. You can switch off watching the Big Ten tournament to something dramatic.
I've been watching the Juju documentary. We'll see her take the floor here in a couple days.
Below Deck, Down Under 2.
Yeah, I've heard about that one on one of our games. I didn't know about that one. I'm ready to tune in. After the season, of course, we're a little busy right now to binge watch.
Yeah, you have to pick something specifically unbingeable. An offensive foul going on Wisconsin. Final 3 minutes to play on game 1 of the Big Ten women's basketball tournament. We've already seen Washington move on, Nebraska move on. It's looking like Iowa inching closer to moving on. All hot shooting teams.
Really dangerous double-digit seeds. I mean, those coaches and players awaiting the next round, I know they are going to be really dialed in on the scouting reports, because no easy games coming up in the next round.
Now every active player has gotten into the game. The first bucket of this one for A.J. Ediger. That's the exact night you want to have, taking this new era of this Hawkeye team to its Big Ten tournament debut. It's interesting looking at this tournament too, Kim, because is it possible we see UCLA and USC in the championship game? Potentially. But I think there are teams to watch out for, and the ones we saw win today, Washington, Nebraska, and Iowa, are ones to look out for.
And how about that Maryland win over Ohio State? I know you were on the call for that one. That finish was insane.
Before that, Maryland also had an outstanding win against Indiana. 21 fourth quarter points from all Big Ten first team selection, Cheyenne Sellers. But you're right, the dramatics of that one unmatched. Iowa flying around defensively. Sprinting to the rim, Stremlow off front iron. The bench was ready to explode if she was able to score.
Bench wanted that.
Still 3 Hawkeyes have not scored who have entered the game. Stremlow, Jimfy, and Levine. Now that would be quite the night. Jimfy can't quite get to the loose ball. Taken by Levine. Under 1:30 remaining here at game number 3 at Gamebridge. Second round tomorrow. And that also good inside for Ediger.
Another really nice seal. Whatever post drills Iowa does, their post players, no matter who comes in the game, really fights for good position.
Tomorrow we welcome number 9 Indiana, number 8 Oregon, number 5 Michigan, number 7 Illini, and 6th ranked Michigan State making a 2025 Big Ten tournament debut. That shot good by Jovana Splashovsky. AJ Ediger, a fantastic 4th quarter, and the bench standing up with applause.
Another one, perfect seal, perfect pass in.
You think she's been trained by the post maestro? Jan Jensen a little more hands-off with her head coaching responsibilities, but still, that is the legacy of Iowa basketball in the post. Shot clock is off.
I did not realize until this year that Jan Jensen led the nation in scoring as a senior at Drake University.
An Iowa native herself. The Hawkeyes are going to come away with a dominant first-round victory. They've won 9 of their last 11 games. Maybe no one carries more momentum in this tournament going into day 2.
Yeah, a really impressive 40 minutes for Iowa. I mean, the offense just